Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of these end times. I believe this will be my last program in a series on the amazing end times prophecies as found in Isaiah chapter number 45, in which King Cyrus is a prefigure of our new president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Now, I know some of you may disagree with me. On my previous programs, you've said you're wrong, but none of you have mentioned anyone who fulfills the prophecies like Donald Trump. So before you say you're wrong, come up with your solution. Who do you think King Cyrus is prefiguring? Now, we've already looked at most of the verses on Isaiah's chapter 45 end times chart. And in this program, I want to look at the last four verses. That would be 21, 26, 10, and 16. And they are related, and they once again talk about Donald Trump's religion, because God says he does not know him. Donald Trump's religion is blinding him, even though God says that he is going to guide his right hand. And I have suggested several times on this program that Donald Trump is going to convert to Catholicism, and I believe Isaiah predicts that. So first, let's look at verse number 21. Tell you and come and consult together. Who has declared this from the beginning? Who has foretold this from that time? In other words, who has made this amazing prophecy about Donald Trump from the beginning? At least for us, 2,700 years ago. Obviously, this is a very significant end times prophecy. Have not I, the Lord? He is the one who has made this prophecy. And there is no God else besides me, a just God and a Savior. There is none besides me. And verse number 26. In the Lord shall all the seed of Israel be justified and praised. Now, I've discussed quite a few times on this program that Israel is a code word, and it represents end times remnant Catholic Church. And we know this because elsewhere in this chapter 45, Isaiah refers to Israel as the elect of Israel. And that term elect is found many times in the end times prophecy as a code word for the remnant Catholic Church. For example, I will gather my elect from under the four winds. That refers to Jesus sending his angels to gather these scattered Catholics. I believe it's in Revelation where the angel says, and they that are with him are called elect and faithful. So elect in that case also refers to the Catholics. Now the called refers to the raptured Protestants. The faithful represents the holy martyrs. So if we understand these code words, the term Israel can only mean the remnant Catholic Church. And this is what Donald Trump is going to convert to, in my opinion. And verse number 10. Woe to him that says to his father, why beget you? And to the woman, why do you bring you forth? Now this is a contrast to the previous verse, verse 26, where the seed of Israel, that is the Catholics, shall be justified and praised. These people are not to be justified or praised. But who are they? Well, they are obviously people who practice contraception. Now, who would that be if not Protestants? I mean, I challenge you. Who else could Isaiah be prophesying about thee? In other words, not only contraception, but sterilization and abortion. And the abortionists in this country all hate Donald Trump because he has promised to do away with funding for that abomination. So verse 10 is a very strong contrast to the previous verse, verse 26. In the next verse, they are all confounded and ashamed. Who are they? Well, this refers back to verse number 10, the ones who said, woe to their father and their mother for begetting children. In other words, they are Protestants, as far as I can see, who practice contraception, sterilization, and abortion. This is the group that Donald Trump is going to be converted away from. The forgers of error are gone together into confusion. Now, some Bibles, instead of saying forgers of error, say those who create idols. I believe that in this case, forgers of error is better. That's the Latin Vulgate, because this is both a near-time prophecy and an end-times prophecy. It must fulfill these times that we are in. And the forgers of errors are those who are confounded and ashamed, the ones who practice contraception and abortion, those who deny that the father or the mother should have children. And this refers in our time to people like Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and all of the other liberal Democrats and even some liberal Republicans like the Bushes. All of these recent presidents supported funding for Planned Parenthood that's been going on for decades. Donald Trump has promised to change that. And when he does, Isaiah says that that is when he will become a Catholic. And that concludes my series. If you have any doubts or questions, please express them. I will try to answer them. And especially, don't just say you are wrong. Try to come up with your alternative. Who do you think King Cyrus is prefiguring? I believe this chapter number 45 by Isaiah is a prophecy about our president number 45. And as always, if you would like to know more information about my ministry here on YouTube, visit my 30eaglemedia.com website.